So give yourself a hug. Wrap your arms around. Put a few postures together that are good for shoulders. So many of us have a lot of tension in right now. And that tension, daily tension, if we don't release it, can accumulate and become achy muscles, headaches, even stomach aches. Just breathe. Trying to relax the belly forward as you inhale. Releasing any gripping of the abdomen and exhaling fully as well. So you can unwrap and rewrap. So the other arm is on the top. Drop your chin down into that little nook in your arm. Close your eyes and just be. Just allowing yourself the space and time, activating your relaxation response with these deep breaths. And feeling the space in the back body as you breathe. You can open up your arms again and take your arms now into the most excellent mudra. So here I'll show you the back. You're going to take your hands to the top of your back, or you can hook the thumbs along the top of your shoulders, however, kind of when you raise your arms up and bend your elbows where your hands land. And your armpits are very wide open, pointing your elbows straight up, and then just lean or rest the back of your head on your wrists or on your forearms, and just cast your gaze downwards so you're not looking up. You can still hear my voice, and you're still breathing. Noticing the expansion of the rib cage with each deep inhalation. Just let yourself settle onto your heels. Remember, if you need to sit on something, a block or a stack of books, or if you need to do this sitting on a chair for that matter, that's fine too. It's nice to kind of move around a little bit if the body says, oh, move this way, open me up on this side. You can kind of do that. Just make sure your neck is released, and then you can open up and take your arms back down. And you can roll the shoulders. Roll the shoulders like you're swimming, doing the elementary backstroke, I think is what they call this. If we were in the water, you can just keep your elbows kind of bent and take the elbows around. And then when you get to a certain point, keeping the chest lifted and the collarbones wide, see if you can clasp your hands behind your back. So again, I'm going to show you my back side. So that your hands are clasped. Wrists are loose, open. Now this might be one of those times that If you need to use a strap, you could do that. Do this instead, if it's difficult to get the hands together. Just breathe. Keep your attention focused in the body. Another breath or two here. Okay, you can release. So I'm going to have you come down to the mat now. I'm going to lower my screen here. I'm going to have you lie down. Just flipping my mat over because Jyoti just walked on it with her wet paws because it's raining here in Fredonia today. So you're going to lie down and we're going to do a little Jathara Parivartasana. This is, for many folks, considered a spinal twist, but I want you to kind of focus on moving the torso when you're twisting. Don't think about your back so much, although the back is of course going to receive something from it. But think about moving the rib cage, since we're trying to focus on releasing tension in the shoulders. Okay? So you're going to come to lie down, and you can start off by hugging your knees in. Take a few breaths. And then take your arms out by your side in a T. And you're going to twist, but try to keep yourself in this compact, tucked position as you twist and bring the knees over to the side. So here the knees are coming to the floor, the legs are coming to the floor. If they can't come all the way to the floor, this would be another time that you can use one of your homemade props. Couch pillow might work, or a bigger one, depending on what you need, and just rest your legs on that object. Okay? So here you are, twisted. So then just look up at the ceiling and gently press the back of your head into the floor and lift your sternum or lift the chest and rotate the rib cage a little bit more towards your other hand. So the knees are twisting in one direction and the rib cage rotates in the other. And then just release. Release with gravity. You can even close your eyes. You can count the breaths. All right, so take one more breath here. And then engage the pelvic floor. Pull it up. And on an exhalation, as you're emptying, pull your abdominal muscles deep into your body and use that strength in your core to draw the legs back up. And then we can go to the other side as you're ready. Remember to lift the chest, turn the rib cage. And you could just look up at the ceiling to keep your neck safe, but some people like to turn the head in the same direction that your rib cage was going. Either way. just so it's comfortable, your neck. And you can close your eyes again. Okay, so take one more breath here. Open your eyes. Engage the core structure of your abdomen. Draw the legs back up. Give yourself a hug. Your knees a hug this time. And we can put it a little happy baby pose since we're here on our backs, holding on to the feet. Breathing deeply. And then you can bring the legs back together. Hold on to the sides of the feet. Come to rock and sit up. Okay. So now let's do a little bit of opening for the rest of the arms. So you can come to invert your hands or turn them around backwards. Trying to get the palms of the hands to the floor and spread your fingers. You can kind of rock forward a little bit if that helps. But you're trying to open up the forearms here, all the way down to the wrists, which if you've been spending as much time as I have on the keyboard, could use that opening. So could your pectoral muscles. So as you're opening the wrists, also let the chest open. You're still breathing deep into the body. Try to empty fully as you exhale. Okay, nice. So it looks like the sun has decided to come out finally today. So I'm looking for my blanket. Oh, here it is. So I want you to roll up a blanket. So you have a couple of inches of a lift. And we're going to place the blanket on the mat, and you're going to place yourself on the blanket. And you're going to put it underneath your neck with your arms out to the side underneath the blanket. And this might be a good time you can pause this for a moment and go put on some nice, soft, trancey kind of yoga music, if you like. Or just enjoy the sound of the birds or the rain or the neighborhood or people, whatever you hear. So you can lift your chin. Notice that this takes your neck into a slightly different position as well as the rest of the spine. Lift the chin, Or you can take the chin down. Okay. So then you can lift up and take the blanket under you a little bit more, kind of scooch along the top of it. So now your arms are going to be on top of the blanket and your chest is going to be kind of lifted, very much lifted. Now, some people prefer, my blanket's kind of small, but if yours is big and your head is kind of hovering and it's not resting on anything, you could put something there, a little pillow or something. That's up to you. Or if your back is really tight, you might want to support your head until it finally does come down onto the ground. Take some breaths. Okay. So you can take as long as you like when you're doing this. You can do it on your own even. So you're going to scooch a little bit more over the blanket, or if you're running out of room, move the blanket down. Sometimes you can really find the sweet spots, huh? So take a few breaths. All right, so we're going to come back up again and take the blanket down, or you can roll over it. So you get the idea. We're coming down the spine with the blanket. Another breath or two. All right, then we're going to take the blanket down. Excuse me. So hopefully the blanket is under the lower back for you now, the lumbar. Take a few breaths here. And we're going to change things up in a moment, but now just let the hips drop. You could press through the heels, even picking up one leg at a time, pushing through the heels. Some people like to take the arms overhead and reach overhead like you're pulled in two directions. Okay. Then you can bend your knees and roll to the side and push yourself up. So for the hips, we're going to kind of end this with bolster or case of soda will work. Lifting the hips up, putting the bolster underneath, and taking your legs out. Closing your eyes. So you can stay where you are, releasing with gravity. Namaste.